Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, all glory, all honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles, the elders, the bishops of great millstone. Shalom to the 144,000, the rest of the whole for elect. This is another edition of Genius News and Prophecy. Now I have an article here, a quick one from Yahoo News. And we have more protests continue to erupt in the world. So it says tens of thousands protest in Georgia, the country, as MPs pass contentious foreign influence bill. It says some 20,000 protesters rallied in Georgia on Wednesday after lawmakers advanced a controversial foreign influence law that opponents say will undermine Tbilissi's long-standing European aspirations. In a vote boycotted by opposition deputies, 83 lawmakers from the ruling Georgian Dream Party passed the first reading of the bill, which has been criticized as mirroring a repressive Russian law on foreign agents used to silence dissent. That was enough for it to pass the 150-seat parliament. In the evening, thousands of protesters blocked traffic on the main thoroughfare of the Georgian capital, Tbilisi, in front of the parliament building, where hundreds of riot police were bussed in. All right? Now, like I said, this is not the state of Georgia here in the U.S. This is dealing with the country. All right? The country of Georgia. Let's see if I can get this here. All right. So Tbilisi, it's the largest capital and largest city of Georgia. And this Georgia is a transcontinental country in Eastern Europe and West Asia. So I just wanted to clarify what Georgia was talking about. All right, it's not talking about in the U.S. Okay? Yep, and you can see it on the map here. And so you got Europe, you got Italy on the far left, and then you got here on the right, you got the country of Georgia. Okay, so that I just wanted to clarify that. So it says no to the Russian law, shouted demonstrators after the Georgian national anthem and the European Union's Ode to Joy were performed at the rally, the third day of mass anti-government protests. And this is a thing that's been going on for well over a decade now, with different countries all around the world having these anti-governmental protests. Okay? Not just every couple of years or so, every couple of decades. No. Different modern countries are now erupting in riot and protests. Even over the last few years, they've been storming their Capitol buildings in their different cities. All right. All these things are signs that this current world system, which is ran by Esau, the Edomites, is at an end. Okay. So it says today is a sad day for Georgia because our government has taken another step towards Russia and away from Europe, said protester Magvala. I'm not going to pronounce that. It says several local media outlets said police had attacked the journalists, all right, and not in line with EU values. So this is another country on the brink of coming at their government because of laws and things that have been pretty much against the welfare of the people or the concerns of the people, especially in these democratic countries. So it's just a matter of time before their their system collapses. You know, that was a short article, right? We should know these scriptures by now, right? So let's go to the book of Second Ezra. Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. All right. Second Ezra chapter 15. This whole chapter is good. Second Ezra chapter 15 and 16th verse. All right. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." All right. And what does sedition mean? You know, I know we go to the blue letter a lot on these different scriptures and these different words. But you know, you can go into the Webster's regular dictionary to get what some of these words are defined as well. So sedition is overt conduct such as speech or organization that tends towards rebellion against the established order. Sedition often includes subversion of a constitution and incitement of discontent toward or insurrection against established authority. Sedition may include any commotion, though not aimed at direct and open violence against the law. So it doesn't have to be violence. It could be discontent, right? And a lot of these seditions are going to get worse, all right? But you have your protests as well, okay? So I just want to get that word looked up. "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes," who their government, anti-government. "And the course of their actions shall stand in their power." And a lot of these protests that have been going on around the world are going to continue to increase. And it's going to happen over here in the States soon. Let's believe it's coming over here, especially when that MOTB, that implantable chip, is introduced. Verse 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." That's why you see a lot of these governments, they introduce curfews, all right? It says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And then eventually, when you have an economic collapse, which is going to eventually happen here in America, it's going to be all kinds of people scrambling out of the city, being locked into the city, famines, hyperinflations. It's going to get bad out here soon. And that eclipse that happened last week was just another sign that things is close. Okay? When I say close, I mean close to the end of the so-called white man's rulership. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. That's famine, right? A scarcity of food, okay? And for great tribulation. Now that movie Civil War just came out, and that's a heavy testament of what's to come as well. And, best believe that things are going to increasingly, and that's what these verses are going into, and increasing. First, you protest against your government, then they lock down the cities, then because the cities are locked down, people are going to start going to people's houses, because people are going to people's houses, then people are going to start going at one another, destroying them, taking their goods, taking their food. This is an increase of the breakdown of society. Okay? Now it's just a discontent and marching and yelling against the government, but things are going to get bad, man. Hey, so with that, all praises go to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone, the rule and teach well. Shalom.